Hello, welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today's beer is not going to be Japanese, it's going to be from Ireland, but not a traditional, not the traditional image you may have of Ireland, but it's a craft brewery. And the beer in question here is this one. It's called Ohara's Stormburst IPA. And Ohara is a brewery in Ireland, and they are also known as Carlow Brewing Company. I'm not sure what the reason for that, but it's a family-owned business, and they've been going since 1996. I'm reading from notes here, and they consider themselves pioneers of the craft brewing in Ireland. And they're in a traditional malt and hop growing area called Barrow Valley. And apparently it has strong linkages to the Irish brewing industry. And so they've been brewing for about 25 years or so, maybe a little bit longer. I have had a few other beers from them that have been imported to Japan with kind of mixed results, sort of. So this is called Stormburst IPA, and it looks like we have a storm of hops here. And it's they said it was inspired by the New England style. It doesn't say New England style IPA or hazy IPA, but inspired by. So I assume, though, it is probably going to be kind of hazy because it contains oats. The partial ingredient list I got were oats and caramel malt and mosaic, and Azaka hops. And so we'll see how that is here. It's 7.2%. The Japanese label says 7.5. But I assume they know what they're doing if they put 7.2 on here. 18 international bittering units. 425 yen, where I bought it, which would come out to about $2.88, and in euro terms, $2 or 2.73, 2.73 euros here. Rate beer, there were 43 ratings when I checked, and the average was 3.23, 45 percentile for all beers on Rate Beer, and only 30th percentile, that's again out of 100, for its style. And on Rate Beer, it is simply called an IPA, not a hazy or New England. Untapped, 4,077 ratings, and the average is a bit higher, 3.5. Okay, so shall we get to the beer? Again, it's called Stormburst IPA from Oharas in Ireland. Inspired by the hazy style. Well, it is kind of lightly hazy, not like a typical New England style. Certainly smell it. And the mosaic kind of stands out right away. It is citrusy, definitely some tropical fruitiness, kind of mild. Maybe some light fumes as well. Okay, basically it's tropical fruit, perhaps a stone fruit background. Hint of citrus, perhaps. Okay. This does have a kind of typical New Englandy kind of opening with a sort of tropical fruit buzz, and it takes a real sweet turn just before mid-palate. Kind of hits the tongue and goes sweet, and then fades out slowly. There's kind of light sort of tongue-grabbing bit in the late mid-palate, but what remains basically is the sweetness here, which I don't really care for too much. It's not terrible. It's just not a very well executed. Well, maybe IPA inspired by. Okay, so there was some inspiration. They breathed in some sort of haziness to this here, but not enough apparently. So it is maybe closer to an IPA than a hazy, and actually maybe closer to a British IPA, English IPA, without the heavy hoppiness of a U.S. sort of IPA. So, okay, well, interesting, but not entirely successful. I mean, yeah, not bad, but not the most exciting IPA you will find around. So give it a go, I think, if you want, and you may find this. I found this in an Eon Mall liquor shop. They're tending to get more and more different kinds of beers now. It's kind of interesting. So you can find a few things there. Eon Mall liquor shops, and yeah, so give this a go and tell me what you thought about it. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? Maybe it's better. I don't know. Maybe I'm in bad mood today, or just my palate is off right today for some reason. But yeah, so try this one out if you can find it. Tell me what you think. Take care. Bye bye.